Thank you so much and good morning. Thank you, Pani, for inviting us. Honorable Minister who's come all the way from Mizoram, Agarwal, guests on the dais, and my friends here. I actually attended a session just a little before, and I realized there are so many technocrats who know the job well. So I am a technocrat turned bureaucrat from IIT to IAS, but I thought I will speak something different. If you permit, you see, all of us understand change. It's a continuous process. I was in IIT many years back. IIT Delhi, and we used to find that midnight slots, raat ko from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. to go to the computer center. And we used to work on various things and come back very happy. We learned Fortran and we had done this and we've done that. My son also went to an engineering college in Delhi and he was doing computer science. So normally I realized the father and son का communication थोड़ा अजीब सा होता है. Can I use both languages, sir? Okay. So what happens is I was sitting with him one day and I said, son, what are you doing? He said, don't you know I'm doing computer science? I said, are you learning football, Pascal? He said, I'm doing computer science, that not history. What are you talking of? Are these languages like dinosaurs? And this is a difference of only 25 years. See, I see some elderly people also here. How many got married more than 20 years back? Okay, अच्छे से raise it with respect. Okay, Manisha. हमारी जब शादी हुई थी, तो there used to be a very important guy, used to carry a huge videography type of a thing, एक CD बना के दी गई. My wife is present in this premises, but with due regard, I like to tell her personal story. So we got this. शादी का वीडियो. किस के पास है अपनी शादी का वीडियो? You have. Okay. So I got married in 91. I have that शादी का वीडियो. One fine day around 2000, she says, तुमने अपनी शादी का वीडियो भी देखा शादी के बाद? So I said, fine. I had it. From IIT, I'm known as a planner, organizer. I found that video out and I said, चलाएं? तो कैसे चलाएं? किस पर चलाएं? There was no machine that VCR or anybody can recall even the name of that machine. वो सारा मार्केट से गायब हो गया. बट IIT वाला इंटेलिजेंट होता है, एंड इंजीनियर तो कम से कम होता है, उनका कहाँ मिलेगा? एंड दिस इज अ ट्रू स्टोरी. आई हंटेड द कबाड़ीज एंड आई फाउंड कि ये मशीन है. फ्रॉम दैट कबाड़ी शॉप आई फाउंड अ मशीन. आई रैन माय वीडियो. उसमें फंगस लग गया था, उसका आधा खत्म हो गया था. सो आई सेड really गुंडा कन्वर्टर को समझदार इंटेलिजेंट बच्चा है, आईटी वाले मैकेनिकल वाले का, तो दे कन्वर्टेड इट. एंड उस समय एक फ्लॉपी डिस्क ड्राइव होती थी 9 इंच बाय 9 इंच, पतली सी होती थी. You would flex it. Oh, please.
We have with us our chief guest, Honorable Minister Tirwan Bande sir. We would like to welcome sir on the stage.
Welcome, Chief Guest sir. I'm Subodh Agarwal from Rajasthan, ACS and also CMD RFC. So with your permission, sir, may I continue? So We got it converted with special help into that 9" by 9". फिर सेलेक्शन एक बार देखते हैं 5 साल बाद तो कंप्यूटर से वो ड्राइव जो है गायब 4x4 हो गई और धीरे 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 करके now Macs don't have anything that you can insert. That's just change. We all have seen 10 years back, the phones that we were carrying was Nokia. It was a flip open, flip close. Nokia is out. And as per this statement of Nokia CEO few years back, he says, we did not do anything wrong. But then not doing anything wrong didn't matter. You just got eliminated. That change. What I'm trying to say is speed of change. That speed of change is so much today. If you stand, you get wiped out. See, what has happened is over evolution, generations, change has always been part of evolution. So when life came on the earth 4 billion years ago, 4 million years ago, Lucy, the fossil came, humans came, but then change was happening at a pace where the generations could adapt itself. So when fire came, 3.3 million years ago, or the controlled fire exactly, then our all body systems have changed. Now we cannot have raw food. Originally the hunters and the gatherers, they were both having raw food. Now you cannot have raw food, neither raw meat nor raw vegetables, because the systems have evolved, our body systems have evolved. But if you see when iPhone came, or when internet came, within our short time span, things have changing so fast that it's difficult for our minds to kind of update themselves. So what is this change and at what speed is this happening? You have to first analyze the problem so that you can find a solution. So as Gordon Moore and Moore's law said, that the capacity of the transistor is doubling and the cost is becoming half. This was his analysis. And this is simply exponentials. I am sure most of the science people will understand when I speak the word exponential. I'll give you a very small example and request you for an answer. Suppose the distance where I'm standing to the end is 30 meters and I take one step of 1 meter. How many steps will you take to reach the end? Very simple. Anyone? 30 steps? 30 meters? It's a trap question. Now you make it exponential. And now you tell me first step is 1 meter, second 2, 3, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Okay, who's familiar? The head of Pinnacle is here? Okay, so you are the smartest guy in the room. Tell me, where will 30 exponential steps take me? Where is your headquarters? New York? UK? Well, I was checking the net, you have multiple companies by the name of Pinnacle. Would I reach New York? Would I, you know the answer. I see a lady who knows the answer because she's heard me before. Okay, would you reach New York? Would I reach Jaipur where I've come from? Or would I reach Mizoram, sir? No. The 30 exponential steps would translate into a distance from here to the moon, back, and you will still have 2,44,000 kilometers left. If you take the perimeter of the Earth as 40,000, it's very simple. Don't ask him, I'll tell you. It's 1 plus 2 to the power of 29. Use your mobiles, check your computers, it's 1 plus 2 to the power of 29. Very simple. So this is the speed of change which is happening. So AI has come, you cannot go back. You have to learn to live with it. Now, AI has brought solution. I'm not talking of governance only, because governance is part of society and society is part of humanity. Now, it's brought solutions. It's brought solutions. The two solutions that I can immediately think of is energy problems as well. All of us few years back used to participate in such exercises like conserve petrol, oil, go for rally. Nobody is talking of fossil fuel now. It is very simply the renewable energy. It has come. And it has come because of one single small technological solution that has come at the cost of photovoltaic cell, which in 1977 was $76, 87 $10, $15.3, 16.01, and now, because probably dollar $0.01 doesn't make sense, they say less than 1 rupee. So energy problem is solved forever. So is the problem of water. Like I tell my friends and my kids, when did you last use your BSNL phone, which is the landline? My BSNL phone got, for some reason, disrupted. So 6 months I didn't realize that the phone is खराब पड़ा हुआ है. The best home for the pigeons to perch today is a telephone line. And soon the electricity lines will follow. Because you will not need those electrical wires to go across the city. But then the negative part is, who remembers 1997? Gary Kasparov versus Deep Blue, I think. Do you remember that match? 97 was way back, when we were young IAS officers. And we thought it was wonders. World chess champion lost to a simple machine. And that happened 28 years back. We've lost the game. We have lost the game in terms of speed and numbers. And I will use a quote from this movie called Ex Machina. 8 years back, one of the most brilliant movies. When Nathan says to Celeb, one day the AIs are going to look back on us, which is the humans, the same way as we look at fossils, skeletons in the plains of Africa, an upright ape living in dust with crude language and tools all set for extinction. Why I'm saying this, we are all gaga over AI. But the moment it takes over, where are you? तो एक तरफ तो ये AI आ रहा है हमारी बैंड बचा है. It is now all homeworks AI. It is writing poetry. It is doing painting. And as 𝐂𝐲𝐻 Harari says, what if it starts writing the constitution? If you see our religions, they all drew inspiration. They were all human. Whether Muslims or Hinduism or Christianity, they were human beings, and just so that they draw sanctity, they would say, I am a messenger of God, I am son of God. Only Hinduism had the courage to say, I am God. Aham Brahmasmi was only Hinduism which could say so. But whatever you said, you were humans. AI, if it develops the ability, in words of 𝐂𝐲𝐻 Harari, one of the greatest thinkers of the present century, it will take up these things. And what happens if it develops its own ability to draw, affect our mind? Some people just love it. There was a report very recently that people actually loved bots as compared to actual doctors. Because this guy was very nice, he could ask any silly question, the bot. It will say, very good question. Have you ever used ChatGPT and asked a very silly question? It will always start the first line with being how good a question you made, instead of saying how silly a question you said. So this AI is there. And what we're in a band, double band, and we must realize that it's a larger question. See, we are all living in a wonderful golden age. The scientists have named this era as the Anthropocene era. Anthropocene started in 1950. It is the golden age of humanity. Our lives have gone up. Electricity, antibiotics. We are living longer. We are living healthier. We are using world's natural resources like man. Now, this is the golden age of mankind. But it is the darkest ages of Mother Earth. We are exploiting Earth at this capacity to revive itself. It polluted the rivers to the extent that the next cycle was good enough and then 𝐃𝐢𝐿𝐺 became 𝐃𝐢𝐿𝐺. In 1 year, because you didn't have Kanpur throwing all its sludge in or all along. The air, yes, we threw pollutants, but there were not so many automobiles or Parali of Punjab to make Delhi so polluted that the machines cannot measure. So Earth is hitting back, whether it is Uttarakhand or whether it is Kishtwar and Jammu Kashmir, and we are getting sandwiched. We don't know what to do. And this is the new problem for organizations and public leaders and bureaucrats, mental health. Because you cannot cope up with the speed of change. One, AI. And AI has no control, you see. Sometimes back in 45, it was a nuclear thing which came. And we drew up and it was NPT and we have ensured that after 45, nobody has faced a nuclear bomb. But what will happen with AI? How bad will the earth hit you? So I'm leaving a question behind and I'm wrapping up my answer. It is the mental health. The next challenge is not AI. AI is coming. Next challenge is not Mother Nature. It will hit you if you don't stop. But most importantly, and the current thing for you to understand is how to keep your mental health. Individual as leader and of your people as the leader of the organization. So these two aspects I'm leaving open. I have no solutions, but yes, I have studied the problem in detail. I think solutions will have to come. The question is of priorities. This has to go on about practice. Thank you for giving me time and listening to me. Thank you so much.